Hello and welcome to another macro video. Today we're going to be looking at some more of the starter pack macros. The starter pack's available from that address, but I'm assuming that if you've done macros for the Terrified parts 1, 2 and 3, then you will already have installed the starter pack. In part 3 of that series we looked at some of the macros and how they worked, and the analysis macros there, 3 of those, the macro menu macro, which allows you to more quickly and easily select one of these macros to run, and the 2 counting macros there. I've put dates on here because in preparing this video I've realized that there are ways in which a Dockerlyze and PropAnalyze can show you more clearly what's going on, so I've changed those, so you might want to update those macros at some stage. Today we're going to look at 4 more of the starter pack macros. The first one, word parallelize. Again, in preparing this video I've realized that it could be made easier for the user, so the updated version of the word parallelize macro is dated today. And then to come, some of the other macros in the starter pack, these 6 macros which allow you to move around text much more quickly, finding things. I'll show you those in a future video, and then we have a couple more videos. I shall do one on multi-switch and one on Fredit. The multi-switch one, obviously, there have been videos about multi-switch, and what I want to do in a macros for the Terrified version is to simplify it even further, and similarly with Fredit. There are lots of videos about Fredit, but hopefully I'll make it simpler in this series of videos. Right, so let's get started. Word parallelize, there's not really a lot to say about that. We just need a file to be analyzed, and here is my file. So if we use the macro menu, which is Shift-Alt-M on the starter pack, and word parallelize there is number 3, so I can type number 3 or just type W for word parallelize, and it asks you, do you want to do that particular macro? Yes, of course we do. And as it runs, it gives you at the top of the screen information about what the timing, the suggested timing. It works out what it thinks is, how long it thinks it's going to take. So it's been running for 15 seconds. It's done 27% of the file. On the left there, it's showing you which word pair it's just found and what the ratio is between the ones with a single word and those with 2 words, and it's predicting a finish time on the right hand side. So if I just stop the video for a second. And there it goes. It's taken 54 seconds to do it. So that's the result from word parallelize, and as you can see, anyone, those are sensible word pairs. A lot of these are because the file I used was part of my book, and therefore there are all sorts of funny things, but small caps and small caps might be a sensible word pair. Okay, that's word parallelize. Let's get rid of that. And the next one is a spelling error lister. So again, same idea, that really you just need a file and you want to list the spelling errors. So I want number 8, please. Using the UK dictionary, yes, that's the document says it's UK English there, so that's what it's going to use. So it's now showing at the bottom here the percentage that it's taken, to go, so it's 71%. it's 60% and so on. So let's do a quick stop. And we're getting near the end now, so 13%, 10%, 5%, 3, 2, 1, and here's the result. So the spelling error lister gives a list of what Word thinks are spelling errors, and they are like favourite. Because it was a UK document, then that's a spelling error, and then it has a list of proper nouns that it thinks are spelling errors. Obviously these are a load of names of macros and so on, so it's a slightly unusual document, but it illustrates what the macro does. That's that one. Custom keys, this is just when you want to change the keystrokes. You've got various keystrokes allocated, but we might not like the ones that we've got. So if we run the the custom keys, which is Shift-Alt-K, then up comes a list. So it's on the left here, it's selected macros, and on the right is the list of macros. So if you click on those and you want to change the key allocation for some particular macro, let's say we want to do I don't know, so font unify hasn't got a keystroke assigned, so we click in the shortcut keys there and try and assign a keystroke. If I do use that Control-Alt-H, it tells me that that's already allocated to something else. So it tells you what is currently allocated to it. So if we just do, let's do Fredit. Fredit is there. That on my system is allocated to Control-Alt-F5. So if I think I'd rather have Shift-Alt-F as it is on the starter pack, then it's telling me that that one's already allocated to find in context, which is another macro I often use. But if I prefer to have that one, I can assign by clicking on assign there. So it now says I've got Alt-Shift-F and also Control-Alt-F5. So if I don't want Control-Alt-F5, I can click on that one and I can say remove it. So now it's only allocated to Shift-Alt-F. Okay, that's custom keys. Watchar, the idea of this is that most text is fairly obvious what it is, but there are some characters where it's not that obvious. So there are some to choose from. That's in Times New Roman. If you see the same thing in Century Gothic, it really is difficult to see what's going on. So if I use Watchar, I can either select the character and run Watchar, in which case it gives me, it says that's lowercase l, and it's put brackets EL because when you're looking at this window here, it's not very easy to see that it's is that lowercase I or is it lowercase l or something. So EL tells you that, and so this one, what's this one? It's uppercase I. But also, if we don't actually select the character, if we just put the cursor next to it and run the macro,
lowercase l,
so that it reads out what it shows you in that window.
vertical bar, uppercase I,
uppercase I, because it said I in brackets.
number 1, proper degree symbol, masculine ordinal.
There we go. So that's Watchar. If you've got any queries, please email me, and next time I'll move on to look at some of the instant find macros. Thanks for watching. Bye now.